Alrighty, so getting into the playoffs and NFC AFC Championship. Kind of wish I did this weekly, and I apologize for that. I kind of just fell behind a bit. So far, I've been really surprised this playoffs. There have just been so many games that I really didn't see going certain ways. I was surprised the Pats got blown out by that much, to be honest, when they played the Bills first round. Um, 49ers are so interesting. One thing I'll say about the playoffs is you can't pick the winner based on who has the best team, or I mean, who has the best quarterback, or the best team, for that matter, um, which makes it really interesting and hard to predict. And I don't really know how you like, oh, I have this feeling that this team's gonna win. It's really hard to predict these games. Like Dallas, I didn't see Dallas losing at home. I didn't see a lot of people were hyping up the 49ers to beat the Packers. Um, I thought they were going to cover, but I didn't see them beating the Packers. Kind of a fluke game, to be honest. But still just crazy. The Bengals beating the Titans, that was crazy. There's just been a lot of wild games so far. Chiefs game was incredible. One of the best playoff games I've ever seen. Bucks game, that comeback was awesome. So originally, I think I had going into the season, I had the Rams winning the Super Bowl. I probably changed my pick to the Chiefs. But you know, kind of wish I went through with my pick of the Rams, because that's looking pretty good. I definitely said this on one of these videos that I had the Rams winning. But so let's move into NFC Championship. It's gonna be the Rams and the 49ers. 49ers definitely an underdog story. They were the sixth seed, I believe, in the playoffs. Beat Dallas, then went to Green Bay, and they beat the Packers in a crazy game where Jimmy Garoppolo did nothing. I believe the stat is the Niners have won six straight against the Rams, which is absolutely crazy, and kind of hard to believe. Kyle Shanahan just has Sean McVay's number. Nothing, nothing more to say than that. And line right now is 49ers plus 3.5, Rams minus 3.5. Which I think is interesting. I think it's going to be a really close game, and I think all this antics about, oh, we're the better team, oh, we're this, is kind of out the window, which isn't necessarily the case with the with the Chiefs game. I think the Chiefs game is kind of like impose your will. So honestly, I'll take the Niners in this game. You know, they've just been written off the whole playoffs. Um, there's, I'm worried about their secondary. Yeah, they played well last week, but they were playing in the snow. It's going to be real interesting to see if their pass rush can get to Stafford. Rams do have a really good offensive line. Their corners are going to have to play really well against Cup and OBJ. OBJ's been doing really well in the playoffs. They're great in the run game. Everyone knows that. Um, I'll just take the 49ers since they've been written off. That's kind of what my gut is telling me. Um, and some of these games, you don't really have a great reason for picking a team. I like the Niners. They've won six straight against they play well against the Rams, not scared of the Rams. And I think that's what's going to help them win this game. So, yeah, I'll take the Niners in the NFC Championship. Next up, we've got Bengals Chiefs. For me, I think this one is pretty obvious. Kind of contradictory, but I really don't think the Bengals will beat the Chiefs two twice in a row, especially the second game being that the AFC Championship is at Kansas City. That is I mean, wow, that would be really impressive if the Bengals won two games in a row, and the second one being at Arrowhead. I just really can't see that happening. Chiefs are too good. And the Bengals, I just don't think match up against them very well. Their offensive line is horrible. Chris Jones, Frank Clark, I think, are going to get in the backfield. Um, and they're going to have to shut down Chase, and that's going to be a problem. I think Chase will have a huge game. He had a huge game against the Titans. Um, and Mixon. I mean, they've got a lot of weapons, but I have no idea how they'll stop the Chiefs. I don't, no one can, and I don't think they will. I think it's really hard playing at Kansas City, and a lot of people underestimate that. So I'll definitely take the Chiefs. Also, I mean, the Chiefs are 7 point favorites. Like that has to have some way. I mean, this is the AFC Championship, and when you have a team that's favored by 7 points, I feel like you should recognize that and kind of, take the indication that Vegas is seeing this as a blowout. I, I kind of see it that way too. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I think the Chiefs will win by a touchdown probably. Um, and yeah, I think 49ers Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Wow, that's crazy. The rematch from 2 years ago. To think, I mean, the 49ers is the most low-key team ever. Like, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, I guess they're gonna slip in as like the last playoff team. Like they're not very good. Jimmy G's been hurt a bit. Like they don't have a very good team, and then they just low key slip into the playoffs and make it here. The year one, like the first year they made it to the Super Bowl with Shanahan, they were really dominant. Um, but I still didn't have them in the Super Bowl just because they had Garoppolo, and that might be the same case again this year. Um, but yeah, no, I'm really excited. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams won. Um, I'm really torn on that game, to be honest. I'm just gonna go with the 49ers because that's my gut, and I've just been counting them out so much. But anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Probably gonna come out with an NBA video pretty soon, and probably a free agency video when the MLB comes back. But appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you. Peace.